Here we go, everybody. Heroes in a Half Shell, Turtle Power, Bobby Maximus, Muscles, Magic the Gathering, and the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles set. Now, if you're wondering how I have these already, I am an official Magic the Gathering ambassador for the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles set. A huge, huge honor. To be very honest with you, it's a dream come true. I've loved the Turtles since I was young. Saw the movie, all the cartoons, introduced my children to it. In terms of an IP that I would absolutely fall in love with, this is one of them right here. There's been a couple of others. I absolutely loved Final Fantasy. I absolutely loved Lord of the Rings, Fallout. But this one here, for as much genuinely as I love Lord of the Rings, this might be my favorite one ever. And that's not, I'm not trying to overstate that. It's just such a wonderful series that really holds a special place in my heart for me and my three kids. My three kids absolutely love the Ninja Turtles. And I'll tell you something else if you're watching this right now. By the way, if you are watching this, get in the comments, please. Say hi. Tell me who you are and where you are from. I want to meet my community. That's really, really important to me. We got Edward Star 23 says, I'm pumped. Aguinina says, I love your excitement on TMNT. How could I not be excited? I was bummed out with all the negative content and was even going to skip pre-release after your videos. I'm in. Thank you for being positive and fair. Anguinina, hopefully I'm saying that right. I want you to stay tuned for this live. I'm going to show you some cards that will absolutely blow your mind. I really think, based on what I've seen so far, that this has the opportunity to be the set of the year in terms of playability. Like, it is that good. Forget the IP. Forget any other stuff. Just the playability of the cards, not including the bonus sheet, which is one of the better bonus sheets that I've ever seen, is absolutely off the charts. Darth, do me a favor, send me another one so it goes to the top of my message box. I'll check it after the live. Sometimes there's a lot of people that DM me that get lost in the shuffle. I apologize if that is the case. It was not intentional. Seattle, love it. The home of Magic the Gathering, if you will. 1 to 2 years playing the game. SF Tortoise, I'm stoked for TMNT. Skipped so many sets just to afford this set. I think you did the right thing. You know, this set is worth investing in. It's really, really that good. And Darth, we will hook up. I think I will be at the Atlanta Magic Con. Planning on it anyway. I'll be at the Vegas one for sure. So with that said, there's some cards in here that are absolutely bonkers. Like they really, forget IP. They knocked this right out of the set. So I kind of want to go over some of the cards that I pulled today and have a little fun, do a little Q&A, enjoy some Magic the Gathering together with my Magic the Gathering family. So with that in mind, let's go. First card up, we got the Ninja Pizza. Now this one here, insane card. By the way, go buy that precon now. It is the best. I actually filmed a video on it today that'll release Monday. It is the best precon in Magic the Gathering history. Before I filmed this video, I would have been like, yeah, it has a chance to be. After talking through the cards, it is 100% the best precon in Magic the Gathering history. Ninja Pizza, food you control, have tap, sacrifice this artifact, add 1 mana of any color. Food tokens are okay, but they're notoriously not great. Now that they're all treasure tokens, this in your Frodo and Sam deck is bonkers. This, I haven't even finished reading the card yet. At the beginning of your second main phase, create a food token. This in a Shatterfang deck, which is one of my best decks, is absolutely insane. I'll tell you guys right now, there were 10 cards in the precon. 10. That are going to be auto includes in a lot of my other decks. And if you know about me, know about the channel, I've got 72 commander decks completed, each worth $1,000. They're heavy hitting. They aren't joke decks. There's not garbage in them. And the fact that I can take that many cards from the precon and put them in my decks, bonkers. Ravenous Robots. You're a Brea player. You use artifacts in a red deck. Look at this. Whenever you cast an artifact spell, create a 1/1 colorless robot artifact creature token. Then if you pay a red and tap it, creature tokens you control gain haste until the end of turn. So in an artifact deck, like the right type of artifact deck, it's absolutely insane. Go get the precon now, by the way. I'm just looking at Aguinea. Yeah, 10 auto includes. It's wild. I bought my son and I pre-release for next Sunday at the LGS. Pretty stoked. Yeah, get yourself a precon now. They're going to sell out, Darth. Get them now. Trust me on that, okay? Look at this one. Slash Reptile Rampager. You guys ever heard of Perforus? I don't ask that to be like glib or like nothing like that, but I realize there's a lot of new players that maybe haven't heard of Perforus. Perforus is a monster of a card. It's a god card. Slash Reptile Rampager. Whenever another creature you control enters, slash deals 2 damage to each opponent. This is going straight in my Krenko deck. And whenever slash attacks, create a 2/2 red mutant creature token. It's wild how good this card is. And it's on a 7/5 body. Another great card, arguably the best card in the set. And I haven't even got to some of the insane stuff yet. Southwind Avatar. Death Touch. Whenever another creature you control dies, you gain life equal to its toughness. So it's going to go absolutely insane in a sacrifice deck. And whenever you gain life, each opponent loses 1 life. The minute this live is done, I've got to get on and pre-order a bunch of these because this is going to go on my Sorin deck. It's going to go on my Teysa deck. It's going to go on my Sephiroth deck. It's probably going to go in my Edgar Markov Vampire deck, which is one of my best decks, right? It's for gain and drain. It's bonkers. Silverclad Ferocidons. The dinosaur, it's got Enrage. Whenever this creature is dealt damage, each opponent sacrifices a permanent of their choice. Incredible card. So Megatron, I don't play live right now, but I will be. When I get back from Hawaii in May, just going on a little trip. But when I get back in May, I will be playing live on Gerudo. I got to pick a night. So tell me what they are. Let me see if I can fix that for you. Is that a little better? Maybe I had a little high. All right, let me see if that works a little better. Can you see it now, Aguilina? But that is the Silverclad Ferocidon. All right, Enrage. Whenever this creature is dealt damage, each opponent sacrifices a permanent of their choice. Let me see if I can actually clean that up a little bit more. Might just be my lens, which happens. Don't worry, I'm coming back. I'm coming back. There we go. Kids probably just put the hand on the lens. It's all right. There we go. Cytoplast Manipulator. Teleportation Circle. Classic old Magic the Gathering card. Great for a Blink deck. The fact they reprinted this is huge. Sword of Hearth and Home. That's one of those bonus cards that comes from that pizza bundle. Strongly recommend the pizza bundle. It was an absolute blast to open. You are right. The Southwind Avatar is nuts. You know, Megatron, about to go down a tangent. I don't play a lot at the local game stores, man. I've had too many just what I call, I don't even want to say unpleasant. Just experiences that kind of make me sad. People that want to scoop when the game doesn't go their way. People that hate certain cards, but they're hypocritical, right? Like, I hate Vampiric Tutor, but Demonic Tutor's okay. Like, what? Or, you can't force of will my commander, but I can counterspell yours. Again, the people that scoop from the table, the people that can't get along, it just really makes me sad. You know how I want to play Magic? Megatron, I want to sit down with you and play Magic. And if your deck stomps mine, I have a great experience with that. I want to ask you about your life, your hopes, your dreams, your aspirations. I want to talk some BS about Canada cheating and curling. I'm Canadian, so I'm on that topic right now. But I just wanted to share an experience, talk about some of the art on the cards, ask you about how you build your deck and learn. It's not like a cutthroat game of winning or losing, but yet a lot of people at the LGS, they try to manipulate the bracket system. They put all kinds of rules in the game where some cards are allowed, some cards are not allowed. If they see a card that they don't like, there was a guy the other day that's like, if I see Universes Beyond, I scoop, I'm out of there. Which, it makes me sad. Let's look at, if I skipped over it, I'm sorry, the Cytoplast Manipulator. Really cool art. Graft 2. You gain control of target creature with a 1/1 counter on it for as long as this creature remains on the battlefield. I didn't. That's actually insane. Are you kidding me right now? So like with any counter on it? So if someone's playing 1/1 counters, I can just steal the creature? That can't be right. How much is this card worth? I'm gonna look this up, guys. This is like, that actually, tell me, please, for the people that play Magic, tell me that works the way I think it works. Please, please, please. I'm going to Card Kingdom right now to check this out. Okay, $10.99, but it is a great card. It's from Dissension. What a great, great, great card. No, the regular is $8.99. Like the fact you could just steal a creature with a 1/1 counter is kind of bonkers. Sword of Hearth and Home. Great card. Teleportation Circle. They reprinted Undercity Sewers. I wish I had more of the Surveil lands, but that'll do it for me. That's the best one. All right. So yeah, Megatron, it kind of bums me out that people can be like that, and I just want to play for fun. Like, I play to win, but like winning and losing, listen, man, I fought in the UFC. I've won a World Masters title in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. I was second in the world for kickboxing. Like, I'm not like playing Magic to like be the world champion. Like, I want to play for fun, and fun for me is not winning and losing again. Do I have fun when I win? Yes, but you know what else I have fun doing? And I've said this a million times. When I get stomped, and then it gives me like ammo to go back and rework my deck. That's like my favorite moments, is reworking my decks. Trouble in Pairs, Underworld Breach, Silverclad Ferocidons, the Sword of Sinew and Steel. Great card. Muscles of Magic the Gathering. Got to get a little protein shake in, guys. I am sorry. This one's great for removal. Beautiful Metallic Mimic. The Arcbound Ravager. Another Teleportation Circle. Brainstorm. I love Brainstorm. Look at that Umezawa's Jit. That's going to go in my Yuriko deck for sure. You are right, SF Tortoise. It does give you a chance. We got the infamous Pizza Lands. I don't know. I like these lands. They're cool. Look at that. That is a Surge Foil Harmonize. Harmonize, not Harmonize. What am I saying? Swift Demise. Great, great card. Swift Demise deals 1 damage to target creature. Then destroy each creature you don't control that was dealt damage this turn. This could be a one-sided board wipe. Level Up. Shredder's Technique. Dimensional Exile. Shredder's Technique. Henchbots. The Neutrinos. Quintessential Katana. It was really funny when I pulled this. My little guy, my 6-year-old, goes, "Oh, how cute." It's a little cute little turtle. All right. Megatron, people just hate to hate. It makes me sad. And even if it comes from a place of love, I actually did a post on this today. When you give criticism, if it's not constructive, people can't hear it. Like when you start with the hate and the vitriol, people shut off. So even if they're giving criticism because they want the game to be better somehow, you can ask in a constructive, professional way, and you can offer solutions, right? Mad Gino, I like the lands. I like the set. I don't know why people don't like TMT and Magic. Maybe they're the weird ones. I feel UB gets a lot of hate. Sales show differently. There's a group of old school players that like to be really negative about everything. And they've got a really loud voice. A lot of the new people that have come into the game, they love Universes Beyond. Lord Drag, Donatello's Technique. Ooh, Triceraton Commander. I want to put this in my Dino deck as well. Flying. Whenever this creature attacks, dinosaurs you control other than this creature get +1/+1 and gain flying until the end of turn. When this creature enters, create X 2/2 white dino soldier creature tokens. And guys, I just realized I need the fan on my camera. So just give me 1 quick second here. I'm still here. There we go. And I'm also going to plug it in because it needs to get plugged in. So just, I am here, guys. I'm just doing some technical setup. There we go. This is live. I've seen people leave on YouTube Live before, so I could do it. All right, there we go. So Triceratops Commander. Great card for a Dino deck. Dark Leo and Shredder. This could be a great commander. I think I've actually underrated this one a little bit. It's got sneak, attacking ninjas you control up death touch. Whenever Dark Leo and Shredder deal combat damage to a player, create a 1/1 black ninja creature token. Then if you control 5 or more ninjas, that player loses half their life rounded up. Wild. Wild. But yeah, Megatron, I think people are negative for the sake of being negative. It makes me sad. By the way, guys, speaking of negative and positive, I do want to make the most positive home for Magic the Gathering on the internet. And you can help me. The ways you can help me, subscribe and get a membership to the channel. For members, we have a private chat in the Discord. It's an extremely overtly positive community if you're looking for that. I foster that and I demand it. I release content special for my members a couple times a week. I do special shorts for members. But really what it does is it helps me produce a lot of content. And I really have a dream where I want to produce a long form YouTube every day and give you every deck building resource on the planet in a positive, constructive, helpful way. So if you can get memberships and supers, they help me as well. So Alpha Elephant Seal, that's the attitude. Like, you don't have to buy UB, but yeah, play with other people that do. Be nice. So I like that. Thank you. TMT is close to my heart too. Raphael the Muscle. Donatello, Mutant Mechanic. Let's look at this. Tap it, put 3 1/1 counters on target artifact you control. If it isn't a creature, it becomes a 0/0 robot creature in addition to its other types. Activate only as a sorcery. Whenever an artifact you control is put into the graveyard from the battlefield, if it had counters on it, put those counters up to 1 target artifact or creature you control. So kind of reminiscent of the Ozolith. Raph and Mikey, Troublemakers. Great card. The Ooze. Bebop and Rocksteady. There's so many good cards, guys. Wave Goodbye. April O'Neil Hacktivist. Leonardo the Cutting Edge. Whenever you gain life, put a 1/1 counter on it and it has Sneak for a casting cost of 1. Agent Bishop. Kitsune's Technique. Savanti Ramiro, a Demon Wizard. That's kind of a cool card. Alright. We have Double Jump and Flying Kick. Ground Chuck and Dirtbag. Turtle Power, Turtle Anthem. I gotta build a turtle deck. Toka and Razor. Kitsune. Leonardo Cutting's Edge. Toka and Razor. Sally Pride. Ground Chuck and Dirtbag. Krang the All-Powerful. Shark Shredder. Krang and Shredder. Casey Jones Vigilante. The art on that is awesome. Favorite card in the set, Cody? You know what it is. The Super Shredder. Unreal. We will get to that. See what else we got. April O'Neil Hacktivist. Leonardo the Cutting Edge. Improvised Arsenal. Raphael's Technique. A Blasphemous Act. Kitsune. Splinter the Radical Rat. Game Over. Board Wipe. This spell costs 2 less to cast if the player's life total is less than or equal to half their starting life total. Destroy all creatures. Turncoat Control. Big Apple, Great Land, Smoldering Marsh, Grand Coliseum, Sodden Verdure, Northampton Farm, Hinterland Harbor. So yeah, some really, really, really cool cards. Let's take a look at some of these here. Food Chain. Got this in the pizza box, which is wild. Look at that. That. Right here. That's my favorite card. The Super Shredder. And I got some cards that I'm saving for a Super Shredder deck. But the Super Shredder. Amazing card. Super excited for it. That card right there, I'm going to build a commander deck around it. I think it's going to be one of the funnest Voltron commanders of all time. If I'm real with you, I think it's going to be crazy. Who said Mr. Negative with Game Over? I love Game Over. But Super Shredder is wild. So a Voltron Commander. Whenever another permanent leaves the battlefield, put a 1/1 counter on Super Shredder. You have any idea how that's going to work? You pair that with a card like, let me see, Tombstone Stairwell. Shredder's going to be like a 900 creature. I got to tell you. You guys ever seen Tombstone Stairwell? I was actually talking to a buddy of mine, Ben Bateman, the other day. And I mentioned Tombstone Stairwell, and he was like, I never heard of that card. He actually went and made a reel on it, which was awesome. But it's bonkers. It is bonkers for sacrifice type stuff. And in a Super Shredder deck, it's not even right. Here's how this works. Cumulative upkeep. During each upkeep, each player puts into a play a Tomb Spawn token for each summon card in his or her graveyard. A summon card is an old school word for just creature. Bobby Solis with the membership coming through. Thank you. Y'all need to be members of the channel, guys. It helps me do lives more. It helps me make content, okay? And that's my goal. I want to make as much positive content for you guys as possible. It helps me with memberships. It really, really does. I'm not going to sit and give you like a whole sob story, but it's an incredible amount of work to do the content schedule that I'm doing. And I'd like to do more, you know? So you can help me, okay? So summon cards are creatures. So for how many creatures you have in your graveyard, you're going to make that many 2/2 black creatures that are zombies. At the end of any turn, you bury all those tokens, and every time somebody buries those tokens, Super Shredder grows. So I'm going to build a Super Shredder deck with a bunch of sack outlets, stuff like the Tombstone Stairwell. And then, on Super Shredder, I'm going to put a Silver Shroud costume. I'm going to put a Brotherhood Regalia. I'm probably going to stick a Rogue's Passage in there, make it unblockable. Something, maybe a Blade of Selves that gives a Myriad. It's going to crush it. I got to give a massive shout out to my guy Aguinea. Or girl, I actually don't know. My person, my human, all right? For joining the Maximus Guild. You got a membership. Thank you so much. Genuinely. Really helps me make content. That means the world to me, all right? And like I said, I want to make this the most positive Magic the Gathering channel on the planet. It's important to me. There's too much negativity. There's too much nonsense. And so, let the positivity shine. You guys can help me make a lot more content, which means the world to me. And I want to deliver on that. Next year. Girl, all right. Next year. How long you been playing Magic and what's your name? Next year I want to do a video every single day. That's my goal. So, I love it. By the way, I love getting to know my community. Bunch of incredible people here. Cody Keel with the membership. We are on a membership tear this live. Thank you very much, Cody. Really, really appreciate it. Really helps me make content. Your boy Jess Dog. I liked the video earlier. Some people don't understand their own view can ruin the fun for others from something in Magic. TMNT looks fun, but definitely a single set for me after Lorwyn. I agree with you. Ron Hull, thank you very much. Drop a like for the muscles. All right. Cody, Aguinea, where are you guys from? I would love to hear from you. All right. But yeah, Super Shredder, it's insane. By the way, Super Shredder in a Corvold deck, bonkers. Super Shredder in a Sephiroth deck, bonkers. Super Shredder in a Teysa Karlov deck, bonkers. Super Shredder in a Jan Jansen deck, or Jan Jansen, bonkers. I have like my Sora deck. I have like 5 decks this can go in. I'm going to need a lot of copies of the Super Shredder, everybody. Get me memberships so I can buy them and make more content, you know. But genuinely, I really appreciate Cody and Aguinea for getting memberships. Really, really helps. Gwendolyn Crow, or Gwendilly Crow, been playing Magic since 2007 or on the original Lorwyn set. That's pretty cool. You've been in it a long time. Cards crazy with treasure tokens. Matt Gill, you are right. Like any treasure deck. I forgot my outlaw deck, my Olivia Opulent outlaw deck it goes in. Like I don't know what I'm going to do. I need a lot of super shredders. Shredder is super cool. I'm going to order some more after we get off here. I need to. And that's Southwind Avatar. Okay, now, let's talk about the cards in this commander deck, because I really want everyone here to go get a commander deck right when we're done this show. Okay. By the way, check out what I ordered for my deck. Croft Manor. Not Turtles, but really cool. Love me some Lara Croft. All right, let's look at this commander deck. I got some cards I want to show you. Ooh. Here we go. Let's take a look. Bobby Solis, you've been around a long time. All right, Heroes in a Half Shell. We got Leonardo the Balance. We got Raphael the Muscle, Michelangelo the Heart, Donatello the Brains, Splinter the Mentor. So those are the potential commanders. All right. Megatron, my card Kingdom orders is like usually fast. Like 3 days, maybe. I'm also in Salt Lake City and they're shipping from Seattle, so it's pretty fast. But, so here's how this is going to work for the commander deck. You could do Heroes in the Half Shell, which is a true 5-color commander, or you could pick Leonardo with one of these other guys, okay? So for Heroes in the Half Shell, Vigilance, Menace, Trample, Haste. Whenever one or more mutants, ninjas, and or turtles you control deal combat damage to a player, put a 1/1 counter on each of those creatures and draw a card. So really, really cool. And then Leo would be the other face commander. Whenever a token you control enters, you put a 1/1 counter on each creature you control. That's massive if you're creating tokens. Do this only once each turn. And then if you pay a white, a blue, a black, a red, and a green, creatures you control gain Menace, Trample, and Lifelink until the end of turn. It's huge. And then the partners are Splinter the Mentor. Whenever Splinter or another non-token creature you control leaves the battlefield, create a mutagen token. I think that's the weakest one. Donatello the Brains. One or more tokens would be created under your control. Those tokens plus a mutagen token are created instead. That one's okay. Michelangelo the Heart. That's the one I would use at the beginning of your second main phase. If you attack this turn, put a 1/1 counter on target creature and create a food token. And then Raphael the Muscle. Double all damage a creature you control counters on them would deal. And then when he enters, create a mutagen token. So you can choose. Megatron, I haven't ordered from Card Kingdom, but TCG, it took about 2 weeks to get 50, 60 cards from 23 different sellers. Yeah, Card Kingdom will get you quicker than TCG, to be honest with you. I actually had not a great experience with TCG today. I really like them, but one of the things that sometimes happens because you're buying from a bunch of independent buyers, and it's not their fault, but people run out of stock. And so a card I really wanted, Static Orb, I couldn't get it. So that's one of the benefits of Card Kingdom. You get all the cards right away. Do I buy all the Secret Lair drops? Not all, but a lot of them. Like most of them. Like I bought this year, I bought that Chaos Vault one. I've gotten Dungeons and Dragons, and I've gotten Fallout. So I don't think I've missed a Secret Lair this year. But there are some Secret Lairs that, like the Furby one didn't speak to me, so I didn't get it. Okay. Okay, now let's talk about some great cards that are in this precon. So by the way, you get all these in the precon. You get Vigor, which is an insane card. It's a reprint. Heralds of the Shredder. Trample. If damage would be dealt to another creature you control, prevent that damage. Put a 1/1 counter on that creature for each 1 damage prevented this way. When Heralds of the Shredder is put into a graveyard from anywhere, shuffle it into its owner's library. Great card. Assassin's Trophy, another great card. One of the best removal spells in the game. Also, another value of joining my Discord, guys, and having a membership is I do help people with fitness stuff over there. We are Muscles and Magic the Gathering, so we do talk about fitness if you got questions. I really want people to be more fit, especially in the gaming community. But Destroy Target Permanent, super usable card. Can you believe they put a City of Brass in the precon? Now, I don't pretend everyone knows what this card is, but in Commander, this is one of the greatest lands of all time. Now, the greatest land of all time is the Command Tower. But this one here, add 1 mana of any color and you only do 1 damage. That's an auto include in like almost any commander deck ever. Anything that's not monocolored, this is an auto include. And they put this in the precon. Yes, Gwen, I can certainly say that. It's really hard. If I mispronounced your name, I apologize. It is really, really hard for me to read, like the way my system's set up. So Gwen, that is easy for me to do. I apologize if I mispronounced your name. It was not intentional. Ron, we're not allowed snacks. Yes, we are. I love snacks. Chimley, the Inner Sun. Let's take a look. I don't use that card personally, but I know I have a copy or 2 of it. Yeah. Spells you control can't be countered. At the beginning of your end step, discover 5. It's reasonable. I mean, it's a expensive card, like $16. It's really, really good. I think if you get it out, it's a disaster for other people because they can't counter your stuff. Discover can be really good. So yeah, I can see it being super usable. All right, City of Brass. So Gwen, I would play with it, certainly. City of Brass is a $30 card. Spire Garden, another great one. Now listen, if you have a true duel, and I'm lucky enough to have a bunch of true duels, I have a bunch of Tigers. It's a red or a green that enters untapped. This land enters tapped unless you have 2 or more opponents. For Commander, this becomes a true duel. An untapped duel land. Because in Commander, you're usually playing against 4 people. Same thing with the Undergrowth Stadium. Listen, everybody. Just these 3 cards alone is worth the price of the precon. No joke. Gwen, I bet. What decks do you use it in? Because Discover, that could certainly go in my Pantlaza deck. So what decks do you use it in? I would love to hear that. There are cards, listen, I'm not too like egotistical to, I had to look it up because I couldn't remember what it did. There are cards that just like I missed for whatever reason, and I'm willing to learn. There's a lot of times that people, they make recommendations to me, and it's like, I've never heard of that card. I go check it out. I'm like, what was I on? How did I miss that? And I go get it and put it in my deck right away, because a lot of times I have it in a binder or a complete set. Happened to me with some of my Throne of Eldraine cards recently. Heeks 9375. I bought the precon as well. I think it's worth every dollar. Now, some of the cards before we sign off for the night. Temstra, Game of Games. So you ever heard of Kiki Jiki Mirror Breaker? This is like a super power crept version. You sacrifice an artifact, and then you create a token that's a copy of another artifact creature you control, except it isn't legendary. So you can copy Krenko. If you know Krenko, that means double the goblins. Dirt Racer. I just found your channel, been watching a lot of your stuff back to back. I don't understand the mana cost and how to decide what I want in the deck. Oh, I can explain that. Okay, so let's say I have a deck, and I've actually got one here. It's my Deadpool deck, all right? Take the deck out. Deadpool. The mana value of this card is 4. 2 colorless, a black, and a red. Oubliette, aka the Beholder's Paralyzing Ray. The mana value of this card is 3. Rakdos Signet, it's a 2. The Mayhem Devil, it's a 3. Now, lands are 0. Beautiful land, by the way. But a land is a 0. You follow? So, you add all the mana values up in the deck together. And so out of 100 cards, if you have 38 lands, those are all going to be zeros. Out of the other 62 cards, start adding them up. So 4 plus 3 is 7, plus 2 is 9, plus 3 is 12. Those 4 cards, it is 12. And by the end of it, you are going to end up with a number. And if you notice, some of the most competitive decks, they're like well under 150. They move really, really fast. So how does that work in real time? Or how do you decide what to cut? Well, we just got given the perfect example with this new set. Sorry, I'm just checking on something. So, the perfect example of that would be Irma Part-Time Mutant. Most clones that get around the legendary rule, they cost 4 mana. This costs 3 mana. So in my Anowon the Rune Thief deck, one of the strategies I use is rogues get +1/+1 from Anowon, and then every time you do combat damage, they mill an equivalent amount of cards. So if you can copy Anowon a couple of times, you can really do a lot of damage, and you can have people mill a lot of cards. It gets out of control. So a couple of clones that get around the legend issue are Sakashima and Sakashima the Imposter. But they both cost 4 mana. This costs 3. It's a better clone. You can also change the target of it every turn, and it gets a +1/+1 counter. And it only costs 3 mana. So if the total mana value of my Anowon deck is 137, and I can swap Sakashima out and put this in, it drops to 136. It's slightly faster. That might not make that much of a difference, but if I could do that over 10 cards, massive, massive difference. So there we go. At any rate, that explains this card. Crazy. Endless Foot Assault. Squad 1 is an additional cost to cast this spell. You may pay 1 with a white mana any number of times. When this enchantment enters, create that many tokens or copies of it. Whenever you attack for each opponent, create a 1/1 black ninja creature token that's tapped and attacking that player. So if you sink a bit of mana in this, like you'll be making like 9 tokens a turn. For a Sephiroth deck, for a Tesa deck, it's insane. Cody, I play a lot with my kids. I play probably 4 or 5 games a week with my kids. I got 3 boys, so it's like I have my own play group. And then whenever I go to town or whenever I see some of my friends around here, I have like a private play group in town, so I play enough. Gwen says Aurelia the War Leader and all the other cards I run are 5 or cost or less. That's great. And my deck point was 173. I'm rebuilding it from scratch. So that actually works. Like you can certainly, guys, don't let me scare you away from 6 or 7 drops because I'm obsessed with mana value. As long as you only have like 1 or 2 of those, right? And the rest are low casting cost, it is great. All right, guys. Ron Hall says, that's why I love this channel, Positive Paper. Thank you very much. Remember, get a membership. Get a membership. It helps support me make more content. We talked about Ninja Pizza already, so I don't need to go over that. Oh, Megatron. I bet that is beautiful. I am jealous. High score. Do not sleep on hardened. If 1 or more +1/+1 counters would be put on a creature you control, that many +1/1 counters +1/1/1 counters are put on instead. At the beginning of your end step, draw a card if you control a creature with the greatest power among creatures on the battlefield. So Gwen, how do you determine cards that get reduced mana cost? Blasphemous Act, really good question. Because I planned for the worst case scenario, I count it in full. So maybe my decks with the Blasphemous Act, let me actually look one up so I'm talking real facts for you, okay? Let me see. So let's say I look in my Pantlaza deck. And my Pantlaza deck is a 196. So I'm cognizant that Blasphemous Act is 9, and I counted the full mana value for it. So the worst case scenario is my mana value is a true 196. But the truth is I'm probably not going to ever pay the full amount for Blasphemous Act. So the best case scenario is I take 9 off that, and that drops it to 187. So it might play about 8 or 9 faster. It might, but I might pay 4 for it. So I just count it full, worst case scenario, and then I know in my mind that my deck might play a little faster, and I'm okay with that. I'd rather plan for the worst case scenario. Might be a little extreme for some, but I like contingencies, you know? Mike, make sure to let us know when you're playing in Commander Pods. I will, Mike, I'm going to be playing on Gerudo a lot when I get back from Hawaii. Bobby, you are right. Tons of 1/1 counters. Jairus, happy to catch a live stream. I've been watching for a few months now. Thank you very, very much. Oh, dude, the collector's box, you're going to love it. And get yourself a commander set. We're going through that right now. Continue. This card is broken. Choose up to 4 target creature cards in your graveyard that were put there from battlefield this turn. Return them to the battlefield. That's insane. So you could board wipe everybody and call 4 of your creatures back. It's like, it's nonsense. Bobby, Commander Pods, it's like a group of 4 people to play Commander. So I will be playing on Gerudo 4-person games. I'll probably invite a lot of you to it. My members, it'll be fun. So Dart Racer, so my Edgar deck is 150. No, that's good. You could get it down, but 150 for Edgar, to put it in perspective, my Edgar deck is pretty elite, and I don't think it's 150. Mine is 166, so yeah, that's you're moving, man. You are moving, so that's really, really good. Cody, I am very excited for Secrets of Strict Haven, but you know what's actually funny? I feel like I'm more of a Universes Beyond guy now. Thrilled for Turtles. Thrilled for The Hobbit. Those are the 2 on my radar this year. Gwen counted in full. Love to see a full point value breakdown that covers those niche and similar questions. You know, Gwen, I actually did a video recently on mana value. I don't think I've uploaded it yet, but it's coming. I just had a bunch of turtle stuff to upload, so watch for that coming soon. It's called Your Deck is Too Slow. We talked about Swift Demise. Super Combo, we talked about that, I believe. Target creature you control deals damage equal to its power to target creature an opponent controls with Replicate. You play this in a deck, you can absolutely crush some souls. Coin of Mastery. This is in the Commander deck. Each creature you control enters with an additional 1/1 counter on it for each mana from an artifact source spent to cast it. So say you had a Terror of the Peaks, which is a 5/4. And you casted it using, say, a Thran Dynamo, a couple treasure tokens. Now all of a sudden it's coming out with like 5 1/1 counters on it. It's like, this is bonkers for a treasure deck. Dirt Racer says, my wife is a Trekkie. Love it. I'm a Trekkie too. Grew up on Star Trek The Next Generation, TNG. Oh, that's what I'm going over now, Drebin. So, I mean, we can recap if you're just getting here. Coin of Mastery, auto-include in your treasure decks. Super Combo, auto-include in your Gruul deck. Swift Demise can be a board wipe for your black deck. Continue, just an insane card. High Score for my 1/1 counters deck or my Atraxa deck. Ninja Pizza for my food deck, for my Chatterfang deck. Endless Foot Assault for my Sorin deck and for my Tesa deck. Irma for anywhere I want to play a clone. Temstra for my Goblin Artifact deck. Bonkers. Also, Hidden Hideout, the Rainbow Land. Enters tapped and add 1 mana of any color in your commander's color identity. So it is like a command tower, but it enters tapped. It is awesome. And then one more, Casey Jones, Back Alley Brute. It is like all will be one. Not to mention the lands. Guys, I'm going to actually go order another precon right now. That'll be 6 I'm getting because I want the cards from it that bad. So there you have it. And we also have, I want to show it off again, the Super Shredder. So there we go. I've also been pulling some cards from my resources to upgrade the precon. I'm going to do a couple of upgrade videos. You want a sneak peek of that? Give me a yes in the comments if you want a sneak peek of some of the cards I'm going to upgrade into the precon. If you want a sneak peek, let me know. Sorry, I'm just making sure my family is good. You want a sneak peek of some of the upgrades I'm going to put in? Give me a yes in the comments. I'd love to hear from you. Also get a membership. Memberships help me. Guys, I'm going to ask again. I want more memberships, please. Make a try. You got to get a membership. Join the crew. It's only $4.99 a month. It's a really, really good looking Super Shredder. Love Super Shredder. All right, here we go. I will give you the sneak preview because I want to. First of all, I got Croft Mander. That's for another deck. Had to pull that out. Sphere Grape. Whenever a creature you control deals combat damage to a player, put a 1/1 counter on that creature. Unlock ability. Creatures you control with 1/1 counters on them have reach and trample. That is going to go in the turtle deck. Experiment Kraj. It's a mutant. Experiment Kraj has all activated abilities of each other creature with a 1/1 counter on it. Put a 1/1 counter on target creature. Insane. And it's a mutant. Biomancer's Familiar. Another mutant. Activated abilities. Creatures you control cost 2 less to activate. This effect can't reduce the amount of mana and ability costs to activate to less than 1 mana. And the next time target creature adapts this turn, it adapts so it had no 1/1 counters on it. Jason Bright, the Glowing Prophet. It's a zombie mutant. Whenever a zombie or mutant you control dies, if its power was different from its base power, draw a card. Come fly with me. Sacrifice a creature, put a 1/1 counter on it. Agent Frank Horgan. Trample. Agent Frank Horgan has indestructible as long as it attacked this turn. Whenever Agent Frank Horgan enters the battlefield, proliferate not once, twice. Marcus the Mutant Mayor. I had to pull all these out my follow deck. Vigilance, Trample. When a creature you control deals combat damage to a player, draw a card. If that player had a 1/1 counter on it. If it doesn't, put a 1/1 counter on it. Great card. Rampaging Yagway, Bear Mutant. Vigilance, Trample, enters the battlefield with X 1/1 counters on it. When it enters the battlefield, destroy any number of target artifacts or enchantments with total mana value X or less. So there we have it. There are some cards that I'm going to be upgrading into the precon. There's some more. Mutational Advantage. There's some ninjas. I'm going to do a video on it on Monday. It's going to be a blast. So, there we have it. There's your sneak preview. Mutant Tribal is going to be fun. Yeah, I'm actually struggling with whether I'm going to make this my mutant deck or turtles. I'm like, I don't know. It's tough. It's tough. I could do a few. I could do a turtles only deck, and I could do a mutant deck, and I could do an upgraded turtle deck, and I might just do that. So everybody, this has been an absolute blast. I really appreciate you coming by tonight. Remember, you can support me with memberships. Memberships help me a ton. They help me make content every single day. So, memberships help me. Egwinia. Am I saying your name right, by the way? How do I store all my commander decks? I'll actually show you that. That's an easy one. So I got a whole bunch of boxes here. just like that. I make little labels so I can see them. So that's how I store them. And I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 boxes like this, because they hold 8 apiece. But to fill out my 8th box, and then I actually digitally put them all onto Moxfield. So there's that. So there's that. Back to memberships. Can help me make a lot of content. I want to do 365 videos over the next year. That's the goal. But to do that, I got to monetize somehow. And so you can help me make that type of content. I would love it. Like I said, the most positive, the most overarching, the most educational Magic the Gathering prolific on the planet. 4 soul rings, Ron. That's funny. Duffel bag and 2 baskets, Jairus. That's funny. You got like a whole system. Yeah, I've got too many decks. So I can't do that. Everything's like hyper organized around here. I used to not have it hyper organized, but I have to, especially since content making. You know what I mean? Used to be a little chaotic, but now it's dialed. You know, Cody, that's actually a hard question for me to answer. I don't use Architect. I started with Moxfield. I really like it, and they're not giving me a reason to switch. So thank you very much, Egunia. I really appreciate it, and genuinely from the bottom of my heart, I appreciate the membership today. Really appreciate it. It means a lot to me. So thank you. Memberships really do help me do something I love and interact with amazing people like you. So thank you so much. And I want this to be the most welcoming place on the earth for Magic the Gathering people. Speaking of that, Super Shredder. I think I should go by the name Super Shredder from now on. Kind of like that name. So, yeah, that's it. So, Jairus, why will you die on the Moxfield Hill? Have you used Archidec? Is it good? Jairus, membership, thank you. I appreciate that. Crushing memberships tonight. I really appreciate that. But Jairus, before I go, now you got me hooked. Guys, listen, I am going to spend some time with my lovely, gorgeous wife tonight. So I got about 5 minutes left. Can you tell me, Jairus, why we like Moxfield? Because I use Moxfield, but I don't have a standard of comparison. They just haven't given me a reason to leave. I'm happy with everything I have there. No, I get that, Jairus. I know you love Moxfield. I'm asking you why. Like, have you used Architect? Why is it better than Architect? Because I love Moxfield too, and I use it, and I'm loyal to it. But like, again, I've got no reason to leave it. Like, it seems to have everything that I want. So I haven't even looked elsewhere. You know what I mean? But now I'm curious. Now there's like, do you prefer this or that? It's like, well, what's the other one offer? I don't know how it could be better than Moxfield, to be honest with you. So I don't really know what the incentive to change would be. Unless you're like, hey, Architect does this and it's really cool. Does that make sense, everybody? Would it be an advantage for everybody if I had both? Like, would people like that? Because like, if people liked it, I would put the time in. It would take a long time. But if people wanted me to, I could have a Moxfield and an Architect. Like, I could have both. So Agunia, I have my collection scanned into Moxfield, so when I build the deck, it tells me the cards I have. I like that. I haven't done my whole collection yet. I've got 40 complete sets. I've got more bulk than I know what to do with. So I haven't done that yet. But I have all my decks. So. That's it, everybody. Jairus, thank you for the membership again. Agunia, thank you for the membership. Cody, thank you for the membership. All right, we got a lot of Moxfield fans. Bobby Solis, thank you for the membership, or Bobby Solis. This is awesome. This has been a really, really fun live. Totally worth it. Got to meet some new incredible people. I'm grateful for you. Like my reel said earlier, keep it positive. Cody, that's interesting. I'll play around with it. Although I've never had a problem with Moxfield on search. And everyone, I'll see you over in the private Discord. Most of the Discord is open to the public, but there are some private channels in there. And that's it. It's been a blast tonight. Thank you for just letting me just talk some Magic. Not rehearsed live, just a real guy, real cards. We don't use the proxy thing or anything. We just keep it real around here. So that's that. So thank you very much. Anybody else want to grab a membership before we go? Can we get one more membership? Just one before I bounce. It would make me happy. One more. That would be so cool. Anybody? One more membership or a super. I'd accept a super too before we go. And then maybe I'll come do a live tomorrow night again. I got to get back to doing a couple a week. I apologize. I was on a couple a week. I was on a tear, but I've been producing a ton of content for TMNT. Oh, by the way, tomorrow morning, 10 o'clock Mountain Standard Time, I will be releasing an opening of a Play Booster box with my son. It is literally the most wholesome content you will ever see. I was editing it with a tear in my eye. So don't miss that. And then, yeah, we'll talk more Super Shredder. We'll talk more Food Chain. We'll talk more Turtles. It is a great set. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. Don't let these haters ruin it for you. Go get yourself a Commander deck. Go get yourself a collector box. Worth it. An absolute beast of a set. I think it has an argument to be set of the year. And I've got high expectations for The Hobbit. I got high expectations for Star Trek. The cards in this set are wildly good. So that's it, everybody. Peace out. I will see